Today we're going to talk about DexaScan. So DexaScan is basically this big Xerox machine for your body. And this Xerox machine, when you lay on it, allows you to be zapped, not in a bad way, and it's very low radiation, so it doesn't really affect you. And follow DEXA, you will get a comprehensive overview of a few key things. And typically, you lay down and it scans your body exactly like, remember those Xerox machines? Just think of you as the paper and the DEXA machine like the Xerox machine, okay? Following the DEXA, the first thing it's going to detect is your RMR, your resting metabolic rate, which is how much energy you consume a day. So mine would be, I think, 1,750, and it ranges between 1,400 to 2,200, depending on your body weight, your body size. So, what does that tell you? You probably don't want to consume more calories than that, or you may gain weight. And every 400 to 300 or 200 calories of exercise, or what we call MET, you expend, will go and offset that calorie resting metabolic rate. So your basic minimum calorie consumption per day, right? So in that case, let's say my RMR is 2,000. Nice round number. I exercise one bout of jogging a day burns 300, so that's 2,300, and I consume roughly around 1,700 calories a day. I'm definitely going to be losing weight that way, but we don't want to just lose weight. We want to gain lean body mass, right? We want to gain muscle through dynamic resistance training and then lose fat, specifically on our visceral fat. And on our visceral fat, our body, it's like organ fat, that's the worst type of fat. That's how we get diseases. And so on organ fat, what you'll start to notice is liver fat. If you used to drink a lot or are currently drinking a lot, you're probably going to get a score where it says your liver fat isn't great. So this is where aerobic exercise can come into play. And as you increase your caloric expenditure, and it is more than your resting metabolic rate, over time you'll start to lose some of that visceral fat and adipose tissue fat. So fat, when we carry it here. And that brings me to the next segment, which is not only will it tell you how much visceral fat you have, it'll tell you where your fat is, your hip, your waist, and it'll give you some numbers to tell you, how people like myself can help you reduce or isolate certain areas that you may need more assistance on to reduce maybe fat on the, we call it the love handles or hip areas. We're talking about the pear-shaped body or the apple-based body. All of those, you can get rid of that with exercise and proper nutrition. And the trick isn't that, there's no trick. Whole food, mainly plant-based if you can. Meat sparingly, frequent ingestion of lentils, nuts, seeds, that's really good for you. And exercise. And you don't have to run marathons or even 5Ks to do it. You just need to move frequently. So it tells you where your fat is, how much fat you have, and then the most important thing we're looking for is, what about your lean body mass? So how much muscle do you have on your left leg? How much on your right? How much on your left hand? Left arm, right arm? So with that, we can help you design an exercise prescription that targets your areas of weakness, and then improve places where you have strength. So I think for the most part, those are really important things for you to consider when you're thinking about getting a DEXA scan. We're going to be traveling the country this year and next to help people with some DEXA scan units, where we're going to bring the DEXA scan to them in mobile units to help them find out instantly what their strengths and weaknesses are in terms of their chassis, like their body chassis. And that's really the main areas that we're going to measure, and then followed by prescription. And for some of you, with doctor's approval, you may go into supplementation or even pharmaceutical drugs if you have osteopenia or osteoporosis. Maybe osteoporosis, because the doctors may decide they don't want you to further your bone loss. But in any event, of your diagnosis, exercise prescription 100% will be part of it, for the most part. Okay, 100% for the most part. Okay, thanks.